Rev your engines, folks, and welcome back to our traditional Saturday Moto News. I am Moto Maven, and I'm here to guide you through the most interesting and exciting happenings in the motorcycle world over the last week. Whether you're a seasoned rider or just a fan of two wheels, there's something here for everyone. So let's kickstart this and get right into it. Today, we've got a lot to talk about. First up, meet the Ural Expedition, the Gear Up's beefy cousin built for conquering any terrain. Next, KTM is doing something different with its 390 and 125 Duke bikes. We've got the inside scoop on Triumph's top-secret 660cc sport bike. Could it be the next Daytona? We will look at Jonway Venon XT22 GT, a hybrid beast available for just $3,300 in China. For electric bike fans, OLA Electric has something special. And finally, if you need to mount your phone on your bike, we've got a solution from QuadLock. Stick around and let's get started. So let's open our news broadcast today with news about the Ural motorcycle, or more precisely, its new version, Expedition. As the name suggests, the motorcycle is intended for long-distance travel in challenging conditions. So what does this version offer? It is built on the base of the Gear Up version with sidecar drive and differs not only in appearance but also in a large number of various accessories. The motorcycle has reinforced shock absorbers from Nitron Company. And honestly, I don't even know what kind of company that is. The power unit is painted in black powder paint, presumably for practical reasons, and a tool set is hidden in the tank. There is also a dual adjustable tinted windscreen on the motorcycle, and just a tinted windscreen on the sidecar, as well as reinforced bars with two large fog lights on the sidecar and protection at the bottom of the engine. The motorcycle also has three separate luggage racks, one on the spare wheel, one in the sidecar, which is quite large. Take a look at the photos. And a small one on the sidecar's fender. There's also a rear bumper for the sidecar, protection for the rear light, a grille on the headlight, hand wind protection, and USB charging on the handlebars. I don't know about you, but it seems to me that despite the clearly substantial weight of all these accessories, this Ural is exactly the kind of motorcycle I imagine as the ideal Ural. A heavy machine with a sidecar for exciting trips anywhere, both on asphalt and off it. Of course, such a motorcycle is unlikely to perform miracles in terms of off-road capability, but it should handle dirt roads of any condition without problems. There are also three unique two-tone color schemes for this version, which are quite nice in my opinion, unlike the previous ones. If you look at the motorcycle from the side, you can see that its colors are divided by a slanted line. The angle of its inclination is 23.5 degrees, which is equal to the Earth's axial tilt, a fun feature added by the factory to the motorcycle's appearance. The bad news is the price of the new Ural. Urals have always been expensive, but the cost of this version in the USA is a whopping $31,440, considering that the base Gear Up version costs exactly $20,000. That means the accessories will cost the buyer $11,500, which in my opinion is very expensive. On the other hand, you still won't find anything similar for any amount of money, except perhaps for Chinese alternatives, which are not shipped to the States anyway. In general, let's wish good sales to Ural. So, you know how most motorcycle brands have a specific look or design language, right? Usually they start updating their models from either the high-end or middle-range models. But KTM flipped the script. They've launched their next-gen designs with the 390 and 125 Duke bikes. Now let's dive deep into the 390 Duke, the star of the show. The bike has been transformed. It's like going from a flip phone to a smartphone. First off, the engine is beefed up. It's gone from 373 cubic centimeters to 399. How? They increased the piston stroke by 4 mm, leading to 44.4 horsepower at 8,500 revolutions per minute. That's power you can feel. Visually, it's a stunner too. The headlight design is eye-catching, and the tank has these cool ribs along the edges. The color scheme takes inspiration from the Dukes of the mid-2000s. It's not just about looks. The frame is steel, but comes with a new aluminum subframe. The rear swing arm has a different curve, and even the shock absorber has been moved. For those who find motorcycles a bit tall, the seat height has been lowered to 820 mm. And if that's still too high, there's an option to lower it to 800 mm. although it's a bit unclear whether you'll need a special seat for that. Now let's talk tech. For a 400cc bike, this Duke is packed. It comes with an angle-sensitive ABS and traction control system, which is usually a feature on high-end models. It even has an IMU, inertial measurement unit, a rarity for a bike this size. Plus, it offers various driving modes and even a lap timer for track enthusiasts. And listen to this. A standard launch control and optional two-way quick shifter. Mind-blowing for a 400cc, right? Suspension, it's a 43 LME WP Apex cartridge fork with adjustable compression and rebound damping. The rear monoshock also lets you adjust preload and rebound. So what's the bottom line? If the price is right, this $390 Duke is setting new standards. It could easily become the go-to bike for new riders. We're eagerly waiting for the price, and I can't wait to test it out myself. KTM has truly raised the bar with this one. All right, listen up, motorcycle enthusiasts. Guess what's hitting the streets for some so-called secret test runs? Yep, a brand new sport bike from Triumph featuring a 660cc engine. Such a well-kept secret. People have been taking photos and videos of this bike from all angles. Now, it's not confirmed yet, but my gut tells me it's going to be called the Daytona. Why? Well, Triumph already had a sport bike named Daytona, which they don't make anymore. Okay, so here's the lowdown. This new bike is going to be the third family member in Triumph's 660cc lineup, right after the Trident and the Tiger Sport 660. From the photos we've seen, it seems like this Daytona will share a lot of parts with the Trident. I'm talking about the same wheels, exhaust, mirrors, and even the tail section. Heck, even the fork looks identical. But here's where it gets interesting. Sport bikes and naked bikes usually have different personalities, right? Sport bikes love revving high, while naked bikes are friendlier in the mid-range. However, the Trident is no slouch. It's one of the sportiest bikes in its class. So even though the new Daytona shares parts, it won't just feel like a Trident in a sporty disguise. Quick reminder, the engine here is a 660cc inline triple that cranks out a solid 81 horsepower. Considering the Trident weighs around 189 kilograms, this bike will be close to being sporty, even if it isn't a full-blown sport bike. Now, some of you might be saying, what about the Honda RR 660? Fair point, but that Honda is pricier and more advanced. Think of the new Triumph as being more in line with the MT-07. Oh, and for those concerned about comfort, the seating doesn't look too aggressive in the photos. Unlike the Aprilia 660, which pushes out 100 horsepower and has a more aggressive riding position, this bike seems a bit more relaxed. And when it comes to price, well, journalists speculate it'll be in between the $8,600 Trident and the $9,700 Tiger Sport. Let's wait and see if they got it right. So, what if you love the look of a sport bike but you're not planning to hit the racetrack anytime soon? What if your main cruising area is just your local city and your budget isn't sky high? The folks at Jonway had a simple answer. Make a bike just for you. Let me introduce you to the Jonway Venom XT22 GT. Sounds like a beast, doesn't it? The real kicker? The price. In China, this bike only costs $3,300. How did they manage to make it so affordable, you ask? Well, the secret lies in its design. The Jonway Venom XT22 GT is actually a blend of a motorcycle and a scooter. Yes, you heard me right. If you check out the back of this bike, it's got the setup you'd find on a typical scooter. A variator and a small cylinder right on top. The engine isn't a powerhouse, but it gets the job done. It's a single liquid-cooled cylinder with a size of 223 cubic centimeters, and it puts out 15 horsepower. It may not break any speed records, but it's perfectly suitable for zipping around city streets, especially in places like China, where the roads can be narrow. And here's where it gets interesting. If you ignore the scooter bits at the back and focus on the front, what you have looks like a genuine sport bike. I mean, it's got all the trimmings, plastic bodywork, a windshield, clip-ons, and even dual brake discs up front. There's one small catch, though. The foot pegs are a bit more forward than you'd expect on a regular sport bike, but that's part of the hybrid design. And let's not forget the unique suspension. It's got a standard telescope in front and old-school dual shock absorbers at the back. You might be wondering, why would I want this? Well, picture this. You join a local bike enthusiast group in Guangzhou. On a Friday night, you see a message from a 19-year-old saying, "Looking for someone with a brand new sport bike to give me a ride tonight." And there you are, ready to reply, "My sport bike is waiting for you." Now tell me, isn't that experience worth $3,300? So next up, let's talk about something that might not interest everyone, but it's too good to skip. Are you into electric motorcycles? If so, you've probably heard the buzz about OLA Electric. Even before they sold their first electric scooter, they made huge promises. Super affordable prices, sleek designs, and great performance. Sounds too good to be true, right? Like just another startup talking big, but maybe not delivering. Well, guess what? They put their scooters out there, and they kept all their promises. Now they can barely keep up with all the orders coming in. Now OLA Electric is adding more scooters to its lineup. They've also teased about motorcycles, but let's save that for another day. First up in their new scooters is the swanky S1 Pro Gen 2. It's priced at $1,770 in India and packs a punch with an 11 kilowatt motor. That's about 15 horsepower. And hold on to your hat. This thing can zoom up to 120 kilometers per h. From a standstill to 40 kilometers per h, it only needs 2.6 seconds. As for how far it can go on a single charge, a solid 195 kilometers. And that's a legit number, not some marketing trick. Pretty good for just $1,770, right? But wait, there's more. They have a budget-friendly option too, called the S1X. It comes in 3 different flavors, each with varying battery sizes, ranging from 2 to 3 kilowatt hours. These budget models will give you about 8 horsepower. The best of the bunch will cover a distance of 150 kilometers and can go up to a speedy 90 kilometers per h. As for the more economical option, it has a range of 90 kilometers and can hit a top speed of 85 kilometers per h. Now get this, the cheapest one will set you back just $1,081, and the top tier model is only $1,322. So it's no wonder these scooters are flying off the shelves faster than they can stock them. And finally, let's talk about QuadLock's newest offering, a unique phone mount that has bikers buzzing. If you've got a motorcycle or scooter with handlebars that just won't accommodate a regular phone holder, then QuadLock has you covered. This new mount can attach right onto the brake reservoir or the levers of the brake or clutch. Like all QuadLock products, this one is not just a holder. It also dampens vibrations, which is great news for anyone worried about their smartphone camera, especially if it has optical stabilization. And if you're thinking of adding some bells and whistles, QuadLock has you covered with optional extras like waterproof cases or wireless charging pads. However, quality comes at a price. This particular mount is priced at $60, and you'll need to buy some additional parts to get the full setup. If that sounds too steep for your wallet, there's an alternative. QuadLock lookalikes are available on AliExpress at a much more budget-friendly price. Reviews and word of mouth, including from my own friends, suggest that these alternatives are quite reliable. So if you're struggling to secure your phone on your bike, you can opt for the original QuadLock or wait for a more affordable version to appear online. That's a wrap on this week's motorcycle news. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Until next time, ride safe.